Alright, y'all, what's going on? Today we're going to be getting into strategy. So what is our strategy, right? If we have a high and price closes above the high on the 5 or 15-minute time frame, we are expecting price to continue up higher. Let's say it takes out a high and it closes below the high on the 5 and 15-minute, which means we got that key level got respected, that high got respected. Then we're looking for shorts, right? We're looking for price to go down. And for our lows, on session lows, we're waiting for price to close. If it closes below the session low, we're looking for price to continue on lower on the 5 and 15-minute. And if price touches a low and it closes above that low on the 5 and 15-minute, which means it got respected, we're looking for price to go back up. That's the strategy. Okay, so let's get into it. I'm going to show y'all some examples, okay? All right, so look at this, right? London session is not about to end, but New York session is about to start, right? We mark out our previous session highs and lows, whatever we have right now, that are untested, right? So we have these. This is all I'm focused on right now because this is for the example, okay? Also, this right here, I don't know why the fuck it didn't get marked out, but that Asia session is also a high up there too. And so we're just gonna look for price to react off of one of these levels and see what can we find with this, right? So let's see what happens. Oh, well, look at that. We interacted with this level. Price closed above it. As we can see, we talked about candlesticks, remember? Price opens right here. It got pushed all the way down here and it closed up here. We closed above the level. So what can we get with this? Price is bullish as fuck, okay? So when I get my confirmation, I like to go to the 1 minute. I can't put buy limits right here, but I wait for price to do a small pullback and then I would enter my trade. So I'm just gonna wait for a small pullback. See, there we go, perfect pullback, right? And then I'll be looking to take a buy. Oh, that's a fucking, okay, there we go. Stop loss, the best stop losses you can have are at the recent lows. There's gonna be times where, especially starting off, right? There's gonna be times where it's like, price might come all the way, or my price might come all the way down here and it could also get respected. A pullback can also be a shitty ass pullback and then price is going to continue up, or we can get no pullbacks and we cannot catch a trade, and that is okay. We can wait for a rejection off of this high if that's what we want to see next time, and if not, it's just best to not trade that day, you feel me? So, you know, always have like that one thing you go into the market for that you look for. You're going to get this with experience. You're going to be able to tell like, okay, what am I looking for, right? And if you don't get that, bro, just wait the next day. That's like, because this is a probability game, so if you want to have the best probabilities, it's best for you to understand what's going on and to understand when the market does what it should be doing and when to step back. But anyways, going back into the strategy, right? I will enter like this and let's just see what happens. When we do this, right, we target a smooth, I like to target a bare minimum of 15 points, right? What does that look like? 15 points looks like this. It's at 750, right? And usually you can take out and target this next high. I'm not really going for all that, all right? I'm really cool off a smooth 1.1K. So let's just see how price reacts, because we're risking 270 to make 1.1K. Bang. And price also took out that next level. Here's another example. We're about to go see what this London session wants to do and what happens when New York session opens. Straight dumps to the downside, right? This is gonna happen sometimes where we can have the respection and New York session won't even open, right? And sometimes it will be valid to take those trades and sometimes it would not. That's just something you would have to read the market and have experience in knowing when and not to take your shit, right? This is why you practice and you backtest and you get confidence that you can do this for real. And then New York open, price came up. This is perfect. All I wait for now is a small pullback, and let's see. All right, I say that's a decent pullback. Kind of missed that, right? Let's say I entered right here. on some shit like this, right? And we have super choppy price action, as we can tell. But let's see this plays out. Yeah. You know, just you don't got to target, just target your 15, 20, 30 points, bro. That's all you need, bro. And then you do this on a live account, you can just hold that bitch and just write the trend, bro, on some real shit. But that is, let's get, I'm gonna show y'all another example. Let's get into it. All right. New York session is about to open. Right, let's go see what price wants to do. I sit on the 5 minute. If the 5 minute does not look clean, use the 15 minute. Higher time frames with higher power, but we're only using no more than the 15 minute, right? 5 and 15 is where you guys should be practicing and watching price at, right? For continuations, I prefer a 15 minute candle closure rather than a 5 minute because it would just play out cleaner. But for rejections, 5 minutes for sure. And then sometimes when you could just tell price wants to reject, that 15 minute candle might be respected and you can use that as well. On top of seeing that price is pushing into your direction and you enter off the pullback, okay? But let's see what happens in this time. Oh damn, New York didn't open. Okay, there we go. There's New York open. We're approaching the level. Okay. Immediate respection though. Crazy respection, right? And we also have these stacked up lows right below us as well. Because of how big of this candle was when we interacted with this level, that right there is selling pressure, right? And that right there would be considered selling pressure. And what could we do? Go to the 1 minute, right? This is a crazy risk. I'm gonna have to remake this video, but the displacement was so crazy. I don't encourage you guys to do this. Yeah, that shows that that shit works, okay? I'm not about to that will come with experience. I cannot tell you how I did that. That is going to come with straight fucking experience, okay? And yeah, let me show you guys a different example. This is going to be the last example I show before I get into the second part of the strategy, okay? But I just want to show you guys the example that I from a trade I took, I believe this weekend, right? And if you can read it, it's clean as fuck, right? So ignore this line. Let's get rid of it. So we are damn near at all-time highs, so we should be looking for longs just off the rip, right? This high right here is an all-time high, right? And I'm about to show you guys something. These are very fucking good. When you have liquidities that are close to together or even equal, those are way stronger and better than any other session liquidity. But still, a previous day and the previous weekly are still gonna come out on top. You feel me? So immediately, price closed above this level. And this is an indicator I made, right? I've only used this to try and get a pullback. I'm going to tell you how I entered the trade. I'm going to keep it honest. I'm not going to tell you how the indicators I'm going to show you guys are the indicators I've been using the whole time, but this was specifically for this one. My other indicators would have told me this exact same shit too. I'm just trying to see if I can refine some shit and put it into my own shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I went onto the 1 minute time frame. I waited for price to come up. And I was like, okay, this has to be green as fuck, right? We closed above it. The pressure's still staying there, right? And this is one thing that I want to make you guys understand. When just because price closes above or below whatever you're looking for, whatever it is you're looking for, does not mean we have to do it. You want to see price move in that direction you're looking for price to move. aggressively, not just be like small moves, and then small moves. That's consolidation. Consolidation is price is not moving up, price is not moving down, price is just consolidating. There is a thing called the auction market theory. I advise you guys to definitely look into, right? So basically, when we trade off our highs and lows, there's a thing called the auction market theory where when price is just sitting at a certain level for some reason, and people are like, what's going on, nothing's happening, it's because the buyers and sellers are really going at it at that moment. And when you understand what the banks are looking for and what makes the most sense, you can just take some trades and you'll be like, yeah. Ever since then, my trades have also been better. So it's not just about a 5-minute or 15-minute candle closure. It's the market experience also behind this. Because the more you see price react around these levels, you're gonna be like, okay, I've seen price react like this before. Okay, I don't want that. I don't want that. That shit looks like buns, right? I don't want that. That's how you got to be acting in this shit. I'm so dead ass because if you cannot protect your losses, then you're not gonna be profitable. That's just how it is. Not only that, it's gonna be times where you can see what price wants to do, and then you want to catch it so many fucking times, and then that causes you to blow your account. One trade a day, make sure it's perfect, and that's all you need. And with this, all I did was put a buy limit right here. I didn't want to risk 250. I just want to put like smooth 160 on that bitch. And this is when I got out the trade. If I would have known we were going to all-time highs, I would have definitely held my shit up to here. But as we can see, the way price played out, came down, right? We did a retest at my level, and basically that's a pullback every single time when you hit your reaction, right? You want to see price do the move you want to see based off of that level that got hit. And then you always want to wait for a pullback. If price is not pulled back, don't enter. Because there are some people who will see this and they're going to think, oh, price is going to go all the way up here. And then they would enter like somewhere up here and then they get stopped out. What if price wanted to go all the way and retest his exact level, right? And you entered up here. Wait for the pullback, please. Please wait for the pullback. Patience is key. If you want to get money, please be patient. It's best to not take a trade and miss a trade than to take and force a trade, right? Even if you win, it's going to build bad habits, and you don't want bad habits in this shit. And that, I hope you guys understand that. If that's complicated, let me know. And I'm about to drop the psychology video for y'all, and then we'll get into the second part of the strategy. And then I'll give you guys indicators on how you can read the market better with this strategy. And it should make sense from there. It has to, bro. If not, let me know. That's all I gotta know.